Hey dudes and dudettes, here with another Path of Exile video for you. This one's going to be on a support gem called Endurance Charge on Melee Stun, and it does exactly what it says there. It gives you an endurance charge when you melee stun an opponent. And I'm going to read it, and I'm going to explain some stuff it's used for and how you can use it to make certain builds and everything. So, Endurance Charge on Melee Stun, support melee attack. So, it's a support gem, of course. And it can support stuff, and it can support any melee or attack that counts as melee. So level 1, this one is level 1. Mana multiplier 110%, so not gonna make you, drain your mana too much, and not gonna make it where you just, only able to do one skill. Get off me. And requires level 24, so it's not very late in the game. It's not even mid game. 42 strength, so it's obviously going to take a little bit of an investment in strength, and as it goes up, much more investment into the strength skill. So if you're not a strength user, it might be hard to use it. Gain an endurance charge if you stun an enemy with a melee damage. So does exactly what it sounds. And here's one that's leveled a bit, and you can see as it levels up, it gets 10% reduced enemy stun threshold. It gets it reduces the enemy stun threshold, so you get more stuns on them. So it's all around an okay gem for what it does. And I'm going to show you what it does right now. I'm going to use it in Cyclone, so you're going to start seeing them, and you'll have to watch around me and watch up here for the buff, because we're going to get endurance charges. So watch closely. See those? There they go. See the endurance charge? Now we're up to 2, 3. And what this can do, what this means for you, is usually if you're doing a good amount of damage, especially with mauls, you're going to keep up those endurance charges. And as you know, if you've looked at your character, endurance charges here, endurance charges 0 of 3 because I don't have any of the extra skills in them, and you get 4% damage reduction per endurance charge, and additional elemental resistance per endurance charge is 4%. So that's quite a bit of a boost, considering you're going to get 12% resistance to physical and 12% to your elemental resistance whenever you're on 3. And if you're using something like Cyclone or some attack that hits a lot of them on melee and using it, you're going to have orbs all around you. Now this can be used with a lot of different builds. Any build that needs a little extra defense or hits a lot like Cyclone, maul builds, use they do it well because they hit so many times. Cyclone hits so many times on a group that it's bound to land the stun. Any high damage build, because the higher damage you do, the more chance of breaking that stun threshold. And if you can even go with big stun builds where you stun on almost every hit. There's a guy online that uses his perma-stun build on Piety. You can go search that. I don't know if they've nerfed it or not, but it's a pretty cool, funny video. And this also can be used on, of course, discharge builds that are more melee based. Like, say you wanted to be a Cyclone here, but you want to have discharge mixed in, and just for fun, you can use this with like I use Blood Rage down here, so whenever I kill an enemy, I get frenzy charges, and I'll show you what that does. Boom, we'll cast this, and see, as up here, you get enough charges of different things to have 6 up, and you'd have more if you had access to some of the passives. And see, you got 6 ups now, so you could go boom and cast your discharge. So it would be possible to do a discharge build that doesn't use power charges and still be competent. And you can see you always keep them up. It was a build that I was using it because I always think of splashing different things into my my existing builds. That's why you see the Righteous Pinata. It goes off and does more of the pinata thing. You've seen if you've ever watched my totem build, my summoner totem build, mixing the summoner totems with my minions and stuff, and using the totems to blind enemies and everything. I like using different things and splashing them. So that's my idea behind it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and it showed you some cool stuff about the endurance charge on melee stun, because I don't see it being used a lot, and it's a cool gem. And as always, take care, be safe, and be cool to each other.